Hey, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, here to play Star Realms Frontiers with you. Just in case you haven't played Hero Realms or Star Realms before, I'm going to go through setup and the basics of play, but if you just want to get right to the boss and see how the game plays out, use the timestamps to skip ahead. And if you like the work we do here at the One Stop Co-op Shop, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget the little bell icon that'll let you actually get notifications for our videos. Join the game conversations on our Slack or Discord channels, links to both of those in the video info. Listen to our podcast on Sundays. And if you want to support us directly, you can use our Patreon and get some great perks. So like I said, this set comes with a bunch of solo/co-op bosses and challenges you can face off against. Many of them are more similar to what you saw in the Hero Realms adventure mode, where they draw 1 or 2 cards a turn and do special activities based on them. But we're going to try something a little bit different. They have several cards like this one, Defy the Empire, where they are building up a deck at the same time you are and basically playing out a hand. So it's kind of more like facing off against a real player. Each of the challenges has a 2-page spread that explains setup and the rules for it, with some additional clarifications on the back of the card. But to summarize for this challenge, I'm setting up a regular 10-card deck for both the boss and me, which is going to include 2 Vipers and 8 Scouts. I'm also taking all 20 of the yellow cards from the Frontiers set. Even if I added in other cards, I'd still only use these 20. I'm taking all the cards with cost 4 or less and shuffling them together into one offered deck for the boss. And then I'm taking the cards with cost 5 or more and basically ordering them by cost. So 8 is on the bottom and the 5s are on top. And then I'm going to flip over the top card of each of these, and these are going to be the cards the boss will be using to upgrade their deck. I'm also going to set our starting authority, which is basically your life in Star Realms. The boss has 40 times the number of players, so does 40 in this case, and I have 50. Finally, I'm going to set up the market. I'm laying out 5 cards at a time, and you'll notice there are no yellow cards, since again, I'm using just the deck that came with Frontiers, and the boss is going to take all the yellow cards. I'm also going to put out the deck of generic Explorer cards that I can always buy, although the boss will never buy these. And finally, I'm going to shuffle my starting deck. And I can choose what difficulty I want to play on, which basically means I get some free turns to start building up. And I'm going to go for kind of intermediate difficulty, where I get 1 turn with only 3 cards, then the boss will get a 5-card turn, and we'll start going back and forth like that. So I'll draw my 3 cards, and with that, we are ready to play. So to quickly go through the basics of play of Star Realms, I only have a 3-card hand here, but generally speaking, at the end of each round, you'll draw 5 cards. And you can play the cards from your hand in any order. They will generally generate either gold or attack, and both those add up into pools. So I'll have all the gold I've generated for the round and all the attack I've generated for the round, and I can use them in whatever order I want. Gold can be used to purchase one of the market cards for the cost in the upper right-hand corner. Or you can always buy these at generic Explorers, which cost 2 gold. Attack, on the other hand, lowers the life of your opponent for each point you attack by, and that's how you win and lose the game. If I get them down to 0, I win. If they get me down to 0, I lose. Now, one special kind of card, though, is a base. You'll see it's horizontal instead of vertical. And these stay in play from round to round, continuing to give you their bonus. But they can be attacked instead of attacking the enemy directly and discarded for this many attack points. And if it's a black shield like this siege fortress, it's an outpost, and nothing else can be attacked, not the main life card or any other bases until all the ones with black shields have been destroyed. Whereas something like the jamming terminal with a sort of grayish-white shield can be attacked or not. You can just skip past it and attack the boss directly. Anytime you buy a card from the market, you immediately replace it with the top card of the deck. And at the end of the round, after you've played all the cards you want, spent all your gold, attacked with all your attack, you discard any cards left in your hand, and then you draw a new 5-card hand. If you go through your entire deck, you reshuffle your discard pile, and repeat. And a couple quick points on card powers from the market. Cards of a given color will often have their color indicated for a bonus power, like this Builder Bot has a 1 gold next to the red symbol there. And that means as long as you've played at least one other red card at any point during your turn, you also get that bonus, so it helps to build into the same color multiple times. Some cards also have a little trash icon here. That means if you get rid of this card from your deck entirely, you gain this one-time bonus. And that can be used, of course, to also call your deck and make it more efficient. As for the Defy the Empire challenge, their rules are mostly the same. They have this little order of operations of what they try to do first. But in most cases, it's pretty simple. They're just going to play all the cards they can, attack me for as much as they can, and buy the most expensive card they can from the current offer of 2 cards, because that's all that's available to them. Alright, so with those basics out of the way, let's get to the play. So I've got 1 gold and 2 attack at the moment. replacement. The 2 attack part's pretty simple. We'll just get them down to 38 authority. But I've got a couple options for the 1 gold. The builder bot will get me more gold and also lets me scrap cards. That means, again, trash them from my deck. So I do like that. I can get rid of some of these weak starting cards and start making my deck stronger right off the bat. Whereas the Stinger just does a bunch of damage. So I feel like that's a good one for later, but for now I'm going to spend my 1 gold on the builder bot, and that goes straight to my discard pile. And we draw a replacement, a red base. Well, this is good. I'm liking that a lot of red is coming out. That's my entire turn. And since I used all my Vipers, not surprising that we get all 5 scouts. The Empire got 5 scouts. They're just going to play them all to get 5 money. And they always buy the most expensive thing they can, so they're going to get this Hammerhead. 3 attack, draws a replacement card, makes me discard a card, and then if it gets a yellow, they do that draw and discard thing again. Really nasty. And we always flip over the next card, so they've got a jamming terminal for 5 to potentially buy. And they draw 5 new cards at the end of their turns. They're going to get their 2 attack Vipers and Scouts. So they'll be buying that light cruiser next turn, most likely. Meanwhile, for me, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 money. So I could go straight to this Pulverizer, scrap a card in the trade row, and gain attack equal to its cost, and if I get more green, I'll draw a card. But I do like the idea of getting a bunch of red from the start, so I think I like this Repair Mech more. It's going to get me a lot of money to buy some expensive guys. Or as an alternate, I can put a base for my discard pile on top of my deck, which will be nice when I have expensive ones of those. And if I happen to get my other red card in my hand at the same time, I can also scrap a card. So again, let me make my deck more thin and lean and mean. That leaves me with 1 money. I do draw a replacement immediately. And I will go ahead and get that Stinger. I think red and green is a nice combo potentially to work into here, and we can maybe ignore blue. Ooh, and a huge green base. I'll definitely try to save up for that. And drawing my hand for next turn, I'll have 7 money. Unfortunately, not quite enough for the base, but I can buy something nice. But for the boss, we already saw they're going to do 2 damage to us and buy the most expensive card they can, the Light Cruiser, going to their discard pile. So we are knocked down just a bit to 48 life. And like I said, we've got 7 money. I can't use the base ability because I don't have any. I didn't get another red card. So let's see, I could get a red base. That would leave me with 4 left, which is sort of an odd number here. Or I could go for like the Pulverizer and the Orbital Shuttle. It gives me a ton of money, and if I can have a lot of bases in play, it'll help me out as well. Yeah, sure, let's do that. I guess we will go for all 3 colors a bit. But there's some new red cards. Oh, including another 8. I like having all this money. And I draw a pretty boring hand for next turn. I do have my Builder Bot, but just 2 attack and 2 money otherwise. Oh, they got lucky and did get both their yellow cards at once. This is going to hurt. So I'm going to do 4 damage, make me discard a card. Oh, but plus 2 from the other yellow, so 6. If they'd gotten 2 yellow, they would have drawn a card. So that's 6 and 1 discard. 9 and 1 discard, and they're going to draw a card, and I got to discard a second one. Or they're going to draw another card, I got to discard a third one. So they're drawing 2, I'm discarding 3. They got 2 more money. So they got 4 money total. So they can afford this farm ship that's on the top of their other pile. 6, 7, 10, and again I have to discard 3 cards out of my hand. So, oof, that one definitely hurt. I'm down to 38. And looking at the market, I think I'm just going to buy 1 cost card, so I'll discard all those and get a little bit of a hit on them. Well, that was plenty ugly. Back to me. I've got 1 money and I can scrap a card in my discard pile. I usually like to get rid of my Vipers first so I can keep my money to buy better things. So 1 money, 1 attack. For the 1 money, I'll buy another Builder Bot. And there's not much I can do with my 1 attack except take him down to 37. I'm ahead, baby. For next turn, I'll have a little mix, a bit more attack. Thankfully, this turn should be much weaker for them, since they just spent all their good stuff. Okay, 4 and 1. Unfortunately, they can afford the top card. I wish they couldn't. But there's 1 damage coming at me, and they're done. So unfortunately, this only scraps a card from my discard pile, and I just reshuffled, so I don't have one. So all I've got really is 4 money and 3 attack. I think best option for the 4 money is this integration port. Can block some damage from me and get me money every turn, potentially. Oh, and more red coming out still. Nice. And the 3 attack, getting them down to 34. Meanwhile, the boss didn't get any of their discard cards, which unfortunately means they'll probably come out together again. Oh, but they've got an orbital gun platform. 3 damage every turn. They won't use the trash abilities. And it means I can't attack them until I have 4 attack to destroy this. So that's 5 attack coming at me, but only 2 money, so they can't buy anything. That's good. So I'm down to 32 authority. And I've got 6 money again, because no base to get, and again can't fire off that ability. And man, 6 is really not where I want to be. Let me buy this Plasma Bot and see what else comes out for the other 4. Another Stinger. Man, what the heck, and let's see if something else comes out. An Orbital Shuttle. I don't have enough bases to make that good, so let's buy this Patrol Boat. Attack, and the green symbol means that you basically heal. You get some authority back. And I did have one attack, but it's not enough to get past their outpost, so I cannot damage them directly at all. And I got a pretty nice mix of cards for next round, but high likelihood the boss will be discarding most of them. Yes, that seems like it was likely. So they technically play cards and usability in cost order. So that means they're going to play the Hammerhead to draw a card, make me discard a card, and then do that again, before they use the farm ship, which has them draw a card and discard a card, so they'll have more to choose from in their discard. And they like to discard Vipers first, then Scouts, then the lowest cost card they have. So they're drawing twice, I'm discarding twice. Oh my gosh. Yes, they're also going to play a Light Cruiser. I'm going to discard a third card, they're going to draw another card. That happens after the farm ship, so first they're going to draw a card, and then discard a card, so we'll be a Scout. Then they draw one more card. And this I didn't show you. That's if you have 2 of the indicated color. Clearly they do. So, yikes. Okay, they got 5 money. Let's do that first. That does get them this jamming terminal. And opens up a 6 cost card for them to buy potentially later. In terms of attack, they've got 3, 7, 9. Oh wait, they have 3 more money than I thought. But both the things they could buy are too expensive now, so that worked out well for me. Okay, so 3, 5, 9, 12 attack. Oh, wait a second, I read this wrong. It's draw a card, then discard a card, so the Hammerhead's secondary ability is not as good as I thought, so I kind of cheated myself a bit there. Let's get rid of another Scout then for them. So their buying wouldn't have been any different, they just have 2 money left over. But that'll be good for later. So it's 3, 7, 9, 12 attack. So I'm down to 20, this could be over pretty quickly. And I have to discard 2 cards total. Yeah, it seems like the 2 Scouts are the only way I can go with this. So let's see. I'll have 4 money because I have no colors matching. And I can scrap a card in my discard pile. I don't have bases to use that ability. Actually scrap a Scout this time. And I can also scrap a card in the trade row and gain attack equal to its cost. So what the heck, I'll scrap this Swarm Cluster and get 8 attack. I like that. So the first 4 have to destroy their outpost. And then I can get them down to 31. And I've got 4 money left. I have nothing too great to buy with it. Let's get another Orbital Shuttle to get me some more. And I guess I'll get an Explorer, the generic one. They get you 2 gold, and you can scrap them for 2 attack. And once again, I got a lot of money, but no matches. This is not going well. Oh my gosh, the boss is happy with his draw. Okay, so first he would play the Jamming Terminal. So that's 2 attack to me, and I have to discard a card. Then next he would play, I guess, the Orbital Platform, so that's 5 attack total. Farm Ship would be next. It draws a card and discards a card. So it'll discard a Scout. Then the Light Cruiser, so I'm discarding 2 cards, and it gets to draw a card and gets a bunch of attack. Just a Scout. So that's about it. So 5 money. I'll buy the Orbital Gun Platform for 4. And the new cargo craft that came up is slightly out of their reach. And they've got 6, 9, 11 attack. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be dead in no time. And worst part is, they've got 2 nasty bases I'm not going to be able to take out. So I am down to 8. And I have to discard 1 more card, leaving me with only this sad stuff. So 4 money, 3 attack. 3 attack isn't enough to do anything. And the 4 money isn't really either. I don't know, I'll just get 2 Explorers. This is going to be over in a second. Alright, and the boss. They got their Hammerhead. So first they always want to use base abilities. They're going to make me discard a card. I'll get rid of a Scout. The rest of that stuff is just attack. And they'll play a Hammerhead, so that's making me discard a card again. Another Scout. And draw a card. Use an ally ability, draw a card, then discard a card. So discard a Scout, discard the Viper. Got 4 Scouts and a Viper. For the 4, they'll buy the cargo craft. Then they'll buy the Frontier Hawk that just popped up. They've got 1 more and another one. Good lord. So they're ending with 1, 4, 7, 9. I am dead. Yikes. So man, oh man, that was a little ugly, wasn't it? Let's do 1 more boss, just to kind of see if things can go better for us. We'll do one of the more standard ones where you just use the top card of the trade deck to determine what they do, Pirates of the Dark Star. And they start with only 25 per player, which, hey, is less than I got the last boss down to. I've reset to my standard 10-card deck. I've got 50 authority. Now, how this boss works is, on his turn, he's going to trash rightmost cards equal to the number of players. So for solo, just 1. All the existing cards will slide down, and then the boss will flip the top card of the deck into the market pile, but that'll also determine what it does to each player, based on the color and value of the card drawn. So let's be a bit kinder to ourselves this time and take 2 full turns before the boss. First one is still 3 cards. I've just got 3 Scouts. And let's see, I like the idea of getting both a money and an attack card right off the bat. So let's get the Blob Miner and the Stinger. And the boss trashes this Transit Nexus. And flips a Burrower, so it's a 3-cost green card. So it says the boss attacks with attack equal to 3 times the cost of the card. So that's 9 coming at me. So I'm down to 41. Oh, I forgot. I said I was going to take 2 turns. I only took 1. Well, whatever. We'll stay at this difficulty level. Okay, I've got 3 trade, 2 attack. 2 attack will get him down to 23. And for the 3 trade, let's try to keep our colors singular as long as possible and get another green card. Okay, the boss trashes this light cruiser. Reveals a 5-cost yellow. It's going to take 2 times the cost in damage. That'll be 10. And discard 2 cards. More discard. So the 10 takes me right down to 31. My hand is all Vipers and Scouts. I think I'd rather have the Scouts to buy something. So with that 3 money, I'm going to go for the Destroyer bot. I think just a ton of damage, since his life is pretty low, might be the way to go here. Alright, for the boss's turn, we get a 4 blue. So double that cost is how much they attack with and the authority they gain. So they're healing for 8 and dealing 8. Yuck. That gets them to 31 and takes me from 31 to 23. I'm definitely falling behind here. Ooh, but I got some green cards. So the Burrow will give me 5 attack and let me draw a card. And the Stinger will give me 6 more attack. And just another Scout for the draw. I've got 3 of them. So that's 11 attack. He's down to 20. Then I've got 3 money. I could trash the Stinger to make it 4, or I could trash the Burrower to get a 4 or less cost card for free. Let's see. The Patrol Boat looks like it'll help me stay alive, heal me a little bit, and deal some damage. Let's go for that. 3 yellow, so that'll be 6 damage to me, and discard 2 cards. I'm down to 17. Let's see. In terms of my 2 cards, I could get up to 5 money this turn. It seems like this might be the way to go with that. If I can survive that long, it'll help me stay alive. Oh, but to get 5, I'd have to discard my Patrol Boat. No way can I do that. So let's stick with, I guess, just 4 and see where it gets us. Now, I can scrap a card in the trade row. Let's get rid of something I can't afford, like this crazy 8-cost red card. Oh, more Frontier Hawks. I might actually get that. But first, my Patrol Boat is doing 4 damage to them and healing me for 3. So I'm back to 20, and they're at 16, slightly ahead now. Now for my 4 money, I actually like the Frontier Hawks. They do 3 damage, and then I draw a card and discard a card, so I can try to cycle through my deck quickly to get to my big damage cards. And with my 3 left, I'll get another one, and then what the hey, an Explorer. I mean, honestly, I don't think I'll have the time to draw into those cards, but we'll see. Not something big. Okay, 4 red. Okay, so this is actually good in solo. Red doesn't have any special ability. It's 2 times the cost of the highest card drawn for all players, but since I only drew 1 card, it's just 8 damage. Actually, you know what? I'm probably wrong about that. It's probably the highest cost card of those available. So let's say it's the Jamming Terminal for 10 damage, so I'm down to 10. Oh, and yikes, this is not going to cut it. Need to defeat this guy. Okay, so I can scrap a card in my discard pile. Clearly going to be a Scout. That leaves me with 6 attack, 3 money. The 6 gets them down to 10, so we're both at 10. If I can get a big hand next turn and not die to them, that's kind of the key thing, I might win. So the 3 money will almost certainly not matter, but I guess I'll get a light cruiser in case I ever draw into it. And let's see if the hand I'm going to draw will be sufficient if I survive. Oh, I think it might be. It will do 11 damage, and I can draw a card for maybe more. So as long as they don't heal and don't kill me, I can win. So I've got 10 life. Got to draw something that's low cost. Yes! Oh, wait, no! If we're going with my interpretation of red, no! I am dead! 2 times the highest cost card. Which is exactly enough to take my 10 to 0. But man, with a single turn more, I would have destroyed them with my 11 to their 10. So hey, if I had played on easy mode and had given myself an extra turn, that would have been enough. So that's it, 2 playthroughs of Star Realms Frontiers for the price of 1. If you'd like to see my review of this little box set for Star Realms, click the link that just popped up. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.